Hi Mel, welcome. How are you doing? Hi Simon, welcome to this live. Hi Rebecca, welcome to this live. How are you all doing today? Let me know in the comment section where you're dialing in from. I'm doing amazing, thank you Mel. Really, really good. It was a beautiful day today in Bali. I had a quiet day, lots of nourishing conversations with my friends back in Switzerland. And yeah, taking care of my 2 little rabbits was beautiful. Very simple, beautiful Sunday. Welcome everyone. Welcome Lisa. Welcome. Hi. Welcome Stefan. So this is the English edition. I didn't do a French edition last week. I'm so happy to see you. It feels like it's been ages. I don't know why, but actually we talked a couple of weeks ago, but I imagine like so many things happened. And yeah, today is a very special day. Hi, good to see you again. Good to see you too. Welcome to this live. So yeah, I feel it's gonna be a really special Cosmic Chai Sunday this Sunday. I don't know why. I feel it in the air. Hi Pia, welcome. So yeah, and today is very special as well because it's the new moon in Taurus. So yeah, I'm very happy. I think it's the first time that we have a Cosmic Chai Sundays on a new moon. So celebration. And I want to talk about this new moon actually because I channeled a few messages earlier and I haven't yet posted my post on Instagram. So I'm gonna post a post later after this live, so you guys will be the first ones to know about what I'm sharing in there and having an extended version because as you know Instagram is quite limited. So yeah, Taurus New Moon. Yeah, that feels like it. So Taurus New Moon. Taurus is an earth sign. So I was asking the guides, okay, what's going on with this new moon? And for you who are not familiar with the moon cycles, so the moon cycle is 28 days, and the two major highlights of these cycles are the new moon and the full moon. The new moon is basically when you see no moon in the sky, which can be quite freaky. Welcome to this live, everyone. And the full moon is of course when the moon is full in the sky. And today we will be having a new moon. So for some of you it's already nighttime in Australia. In Europe it's still daytime. Here in Bali it's about to be sunset in like 15-20 minutes. So basically what happens is no moon in the sky, it can create a bit of anxiety because we're like, okay, there's no moon, what's going on? But it's the perfect period to set intentions, and I really want to insist on that because the new moons are really about how we manage to set our intentions, how we can connect with our dreams, with our goals, and really set them out, like really put them out into the open. I don't know if some of you are doing the new moon rituals or not. Welcome Amandine, welcome Quad, good morning. Kedad 62, sorry if I have trouble pronouncing your names. Yes, so if you are already doing new moon intentions, just write a little yes in the comments section below so that I know. And yeah, so and while I'm at it, in the meantime, if you do have questions, as usual, I didn't put the little comment. Let me put that up. But ask your questions in the comment box. Okay. Let me find the thumb down. Yes. Okay. Can I pin this comment? Perfect. Okay. Sorry for that. So type your questions in the comments below so then I know I can scroll back up and just like go through them. But I'm continuing on the new moon. New moon, super important to set intentions. It's the perfect opportunity. Why there is no moon in the sky? It's like being in, it's like the guides are showing me this image of a seed that has been planted and that is of course in the ground, so everything is completely dark. And this is the same image that we can use with the new moon. Everything is dark, like nothing is set, so everything is to be created. And it's really literally the time of the month when we will be planting our seeds. And the full moon is when we are going to reap the fruits of the seeds that have been planted. So if you do not have intention setting ritual, I really do recommend that you do so today or even tomorrow. It's fine to do it one day after the new moon. I mean, it doesn't really impact. It's just energetically, it's very powerful today. And specifically, what I want to talk about, a few things. This new moon in Taurus is really about, welcome to this live for all of you who are new. This new moon in Taurus is really about those long-term objectives, long-term goals. So a vision that you have for the future. Take some time and reflect. What do I want to manifest in 5 years from now? Where do I want to be in 10 years from now? You know, and it doesn't mean that it's always going to be like that, but it gives you direction. It really gives you, it's like the archer. It's funny because I'm a Sagittarius and the archer is doing like that, you know, with the bow and arrow. It's like it's got a target and it's reaching the target. With Taurus, it's a bit different. It's more earthy. You know, Sagittarius is a fire sign. It likes a lot of movement. It likes to be stimulated. So it's a bit different. Taurus is very grounded. It's very connected to the earth, to the planet. It is very strategic for the long term. Sagittarius is more of an impulsive sign. So it's more of, it's more of, I have an objective right now or the next month or this period of time, and I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to target it and go for it now. Taurus is more, okay, this is my long-term goal and this is where I want to go. And it's, you know, tracing the line between now and the future goal. So think about what you want to manifest in, you know, in a few years time, 5 years, 10 years from now. Think of where you are now and what you need to do in order to get there. And this will give you the different milestones on the way. So basically, hi, welcome to this live. Nina, Deb, Richard, yes. So what I do, so I have a question. Do you use crystals for manifestation when you're setting your intentions? I'm a Virgo, set more tools the better. I think that you should definitely follow, you know, here in this space, it's always about follow what feels right for you. And I do use crystals. I actually do use crystals here in this sacred space with you guys. I'm going to show them to you. So like this clear quartz, when this amethyst as well that I have here, lapis lazuli, connection, and what do I have? Citrine here, solar plexus, and oh yeah, tiger's eyes, angel. My God, I have so many. Another amethyst, pink quartz, and this one is for healing with the Reiki symbol. I don't know if you can see it. It's a Merkaba, so 5D sacred geometry. So I do use crystals. What I do, so I'm gonna walk you through what I do actually. what I do is basically light some candles, put some incense on, nice relaxing music, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put myself in the zone, really, maybe with a cup of herbal tea and having all the crystals, all, you know, my cards as well, some of the tarot cards that I use, and I'm just gonna focus on what I really want to put out there. And oftentimes, and this is something that I'm going to talk about in the post that I will share later, oftentimes when you just start to do your intention setting, you can feel a bit anxious about it. And why? Because it opens up the field of all possibilities. So it raises questions like, how do I need to formulate it so it works? How do I need to, which words do I need to use? Is it too long? Is it too precise? Is it too this or not enough that? And there is also the fear, the underlying fear of connecting with our higher power, which is, and what if I manage to manifest what I really want? What if my intentions actually materialize and this thing that I really want, or this experience, or this person that I want to bring into my life actually do come into my life, or do become a reality? And this is like creating an underlying anxiety. It's not a conscious anxiety, but it is something that is underlying. So very interesting how we are scared of our own power and how we are scared of what we can put out there. So my recommendation, if you've never done intention setting, is just start small and not really overwhelm you with too many details. Keep it simple and keep it in the way that it makes you feel good within yourself. It needs to really make your heart expand. And I always talk about the body language. I always talk about the physical sensations. Why? Because your body is your number one compass to help you determine if something is good for you or not. You know, no one else can tell you apart from you. And your physical vessel is actually the best, your best friend in terms of communicating to you the needs of your soul. So let me read the comments. Mel, you're saying, I have manifested something amazing in my life recently, and my current rule to myself is trust, not control. It has made a huge difference in my life. It's so incredible. I'm normally a control freak too. Yes, definitely. So the trust is an essential process when you want to manifest something. And I will go further than that. Thank you, Mel, for sharing. When you set an intention, so when you write your things down, the first rule that I have is to speak in present tense and to speak as if this thing had already happened. So for example, if I want to manifest, let's say I want to manifest a trip to Tulum, Mexico, and have the most amazing spiritual experience there, I will say I am having an amazing spiritual experience in Tulum, and it's a deeply transformative experience. And you know, I will go further into details if I feel the need to or not. It depends really, but I will write down as if it is already in my experience, in my field. And what it does is it takes it from the quantum field where your mind is creating all these images, and it brings it back into your field, and it is waiting for you. And now the guys are showing me it is waiting for you to really align your frequency with the frequency of your desire of this image, so that when both frequencies match, then this thing is becoming a reality in your physical reality. I don't know if this is making sense to you, if this is clear enough, but definitely this is the process. And when you do set your intention, what I really recommend is linked to the trust is to let go, is to really let go of the outcome, and to always say when you're done with your list, may this or something better for me manifest. Because we always think we have this vision, it's like that, and it's not even peripheral, like we don't really have a peripheral vision, you know, it's more like this. And there are so many possibilities in the field that we have absolutely no idea of, that we are not aware of, that could match us so much better if we only let the universe do its job. So we want to focus as well on the feelings we want to bring, you know, on the feelings we want to feel, experience. how do I want to feel in this situation? For example, you want to call in your new soul friends. You want to bring new soul friends to your experience, right? Friends that are really aligned with who you are at present time, because you feel your existing physical support system is actually not that supportive, and you have new interests and you're more open to some things that your existing network is not really open to, and you have difficulty talking about the things that really you are passionate about with those people. So you want to bring in new people that speak the same language than you, with whom you don't feel the need to justify yourself, with whom you feel so 100% yourself. So what you will do is you will feel what it feels like to be around those people and imagine. And this is called, the process is called creative visualization. I also talk a lot about this process. Why? Because it is such an efficient way to manifest things into your reality quickly. This is what you can do during your meditations, so that you can really bring things into your sphere, right? So just setting the intention and feeling that in your body. What would it feel to speak with someone who really understands me? I don't need to explain myself. I just feel like the dialogue is so nourishing, and what I get from this person is so amazing, and what I give this person is so amazing. The exchange is just on another level. Feel that in your body. And maybe you've experienced that already in your life on a different level with someone else in the past. Go back to that memory. How did it feel to be with that person, around that person? If you haven't experienced it yet, just focus on how you would like to feel and try to relate it to the feelings of something else in your life that really opens your heart. And how we do that, generally, we do that with practicing gratitude. The reason why we practice gratitude, it's because it's conditioning us straight away. It changes our vibration. It raises our vibration so quickly. So then we can, our vibe is going up, so we can match the vibe of our desires. That is why we're doing the gratitude process, because being grateful is really assessing all the beautiful things we already have in our lives, so we can bring more of that. If we come from a place of lack, saying, oh, I don't have this and I don't have that, and comparison, why these people have this and why these people get to do that, you're not going to get anything, because you need to feel grateful for where you are. You need to feel grateful for the roof above your head, for the food in your plate at the end of the day, for the internet connection enabling you to connect with me or with other people on the internet, gathering information, creating, for the air that you breathe, the sun on your skin when you do have the chance to live in somewhere that the sun is present 80% of the year, I was talking the other day about how London is absolutely, like, people in London are so grateful for the sun. Whenever you go to London and it's like a sunny day, you will see everyone at the park having a barbecue, and it's like Christmas time. And I know that in Australia there is so much sun that you guys cannot really relate to that. It's like, yeah, the sun is always there, but in some countries it's really a missing component. So let me read the comments. No, exactly. To be honest, it manifested so fast it scared me a little. Yes, that's a very interesting point as well. When you do manifest things rapidly, and I'm going to give you a very honest example of me with my business, for example. I completely restructured my business, and I really up-leveled my services and my prices, and I was really nervous that no one would buy the services from me, because I was quite successful before doing different things, and I was scared that by changing what I was doing, which was more aligned with me, no one would be interested in what I had to offer. And this was a limiting belief, right? It's not the truth, and my conscious mind knew that it was a limiting belief, and I had to walk through that. But when I did, actually new people purchased my packages, and I think I signed like 2 clients in 2 days, and I had this massive rush of anxiety coming up, and it was like, oh my God, I manifested that. How am I going to handle that? This is too much. And it's just the body's way of catching up, and it's just your system, your mind who's trying to catch up with what you just manifested. And I always give it a couple of days, 1 or 2 days, just to digest the whole thing. And then you realize, wow, amazing. And it's just like those growth spurts that can be applied to anything you manifest quite rapidly, or something big that you manage to manifest, and then you're like, oh my God. And it's linked to the fear of your own personal power. So part of you is a bit scared of, how powerful you can be. And it's totally normal, and it's about how we're going to tame that beast to tell it, okay, it's just a growth spurt, it's going to be fine. In 2 days, it's going to be fine. Just enjoy it. Enjoy the feeling of stepping up and manifesting something better and bigger and whatever. Mel, that's you for me. You are my new person. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so happy. I really am. As I always say, this community means so much to me, and it's always a pleasure to meet all of you and to talk about all our, spiritual interests and all these topics. It's so nourishing, and yeah, I'm very glad that you feel that, and I'm very glad that anyone who's joining is just feeling the safety of the environment, and yeah. So thank you, Mel. Please type your questions down in the comments so then I can catch up, because I think there is a bit of delay between my video and the comments. So type your comments below, your questions about anything, even if it's not new moon related. We're just going to go through them. So yeah, detachment in the process of setting your intention. Detachment when you want to manifest. And what I usually do, and some people don't like that, but I do that. What I do is I will take a blank piece of paper. I will not write my intentions in a journal. Sometimes I do, but I try not to do it too much. Why? Because when you have a written trace of what you want to manifest, it creates attachment. And attachment means you have expectations. And when you have expectations, it means that you are not letting go and you're not trusting the universe to do its job. So what we're going to do is write everything on a blank piece of paper, and at the end, when we're done, we're just going to say thank you and really feel into those feelings of having already manifested all of the things that are on that list. And then we're just going to burn the paper. And for some of us, me in the beginning, I was very resistant to do that. It's going to be hard, because especially if you put your heart into everything that you've written and all the feelings. But I can assure you, it is the best way to really detach from the outcome. And it's the best way to forget about it. Because what I always say, intention is like ordering something on Amazon. If you use Amazon or any other online service that is working really well with the delivery, you make your order. Are you going to call Amazon every 10 minutes to make sure that they have taken your order into account, that you can track all of the movements to know that your parcel is going to be delivered? No, you just place your online order, excuse me, you have a delivery date, and you know when your item is going to be delivered, and you're completely relaxed. You know it's going to be fine. It's going to arrive in your mailbox. It's the same with setting intentions and doing manifestation work. It's the same. It's just placing an order to the universe, forgetting about it, trusting that it's going to arrive, and then feeling all the gratitude in your heart when you open the mailbox and when you have your parcel. Hi, welcome to this live. Welcome everyone. So yeah, it is a very interesting process. So you can do that tonight, you can do that tomorrow. I mean, there's no rush. Just take the time and focus on really what you want to manifest. As I was saying, long-term goals. Be free, feel free to really think about your long-term goals, the ones that really do matter, where you want to be. If you have a family, if you have kids, where do I want to be? How you envision your kids, what do you want to manifest in your private life, in your professional life? Maybe you want to change careers. And you know that the work you have at the moment, or the job you have at the moment, or the industry you're in at the moment is not aligned with who you are, and on the long term you want to be somewhere else. And knowing where that somewhere else will be helps you so much in changing your present reality, in making those steps towards that new goal. So I pulled 3 cards for this new moon, for this Taurus new moon, and I'm gonna show them to you. The first one is the intuition card, and I'm really not surprised it popped up. Why? Because the moon is all about connecting to our intuition, to our feminine energy. It's all about tapping into the messages from the universe, and the guys are really showing me it's like opening your vessel and really allowing all this information to come through and to be shared with you. So knowing in your heart, opening that vessel, feeling the feeling, like, and also the intuition is really heightened during a new moon. You have a very high, like a higher intuition. So trust your gut feelings around the new moon. If you're not particularly sensitive, just like use this time to really tap into your intuition, because it will be heightened and it will help you a lot. If you are sensitive, you might feel, and it's a common thing to feel anxiety around the new moon. Why? Because there is, the absence of moon in the sky can be triggering, especially in our lineage. It's in our DNA, it's in our blood. Thousands of years ago, we used to guide ourselves directionally with the moon and the sun. We didn't have watches, we didn't have anything to measure time. It was all about nature and the elements of nature, and the moon is a big one. So no moon in the sky means no light in the sky at night, so more danger, more predators, and all these things. So it's really connected to our animal side in a way. So that's why it can be a little bit, it can make us a bit anxious. We talk a lot about the energetic movements during a full moon, but the energetic movements during a new moon are really intense as well. And we say that, for example, if you are very sensitive to energy, and this is going to be for you. If you're very sensitive to energy, avoid drinking too much water around the new moon or the full moon. Why? Because water is really a conduct of energy. It conducts the energy. It's like metal conducts the electricity, except for aluminium, of course. But the majority of metals are conductors for electricity. Well, water is a conductor for energy, and the moon is of high energy, and we are made up of 75 or 80% of water, right? So of course the moon is actually responsible for the tides up and down. So if we drink a lot of water, the moon will intensify the effect, the energetic effect that it already has on nature and on all the elements. It will, its effect will intensify in our body. So that's the first card. Type your questions, or if you have something on your mind, if you have something that you would like me to answer, anything that is also not related to this new moon, please share your questions. Remember, don't be shy. This is a sacred space, and also so many times it happens that someone is asking a question and everybody else is resonating so much and is saying, thank you so much, I'm the same, I had a similar questions, or I do feel, similar issues, I'm going through similar struggles. So please share it in the comment section. We don't realize how helpful it can be to so many other people until we actually do ask those questions. So the second card I pulled is the rebirth card. And it's also very on point because it's the beginning of a new cycle. And particularly for this one, it's the beginning of a deep new cycle, because there is a lot of perspective the long-term perspectives. The new moon is all about rebirth anyway, so that's why it's really on point, but also because the longer term perspectives is really helping us to create something completely new in our experience based on the visualizations that we create of our future. So think about it. Think about the ways, in which ways do you want to experience a rebirth in your life? Is it in your relationships with other people? Is it in the way you approach life? Is it in your beliefs? Is it in how you occupy your time? Is it in your professional activity, or is it maybe on the experiences you have with your family or with your friends? It can be anything, but think about it and reflect on that. The last card is the compassion card. And this one is compassion towards self more than ever. Compassion towards yourself if you're not where you imagine you would be. And this is like, it will speak to some of you for sure. Compassion to yourself if you had a vision for your life, you're in the age where you had a certain vision in your past and you're not there, don't feel disappointment. Don't feel like you failed or anything. Everything is right. Everything is right. And if you look at your life the way it is, if you look back on all the things you've experienced and all the things you've learned, it's all right. Everything is aligned. You wouldn't be the person that you are today if you hadn't gone through all of these things. So everything is right. Be more compassionate towards yourself in relation to maybe your unaccomplished goals or your unfulfilled dreams. This is your opportunity to press the reset button during this new moon and really allow yourself to reevaluate your priorities, your vision, everything. So take it. And I know it can, I really can feel how hard it is. I have experienced that myself in the past for sure. And it's funny because I'm 33. I'm not married. I do not have any kids, and all of my friends, nearly all of my friends, not all of them actually, I do have a lot of friends who are single without any kids, but many of my friends, especially the childhood friends, are already married with kids, and it's beautiful. And I was always telling my mom that I would be the first one of my siblings to have children, and I imagined that, oh yeah. And I remember myself when I was a pre-teenager, when I was 10 or 11, I was like, yeah, I will be the first one to give you grandchildren. And I had imagined my life at 19 being a mother. And now I look back and I'm like, oh my God, of course not. I had so many things to do before that. And even though I love children and I really want to have children, I know that everything will come in the right time and there's no wrong and I'm not late. Everything is good. If I had had children, I wouldn't have experienced all the things that I have experienced in my 20s, which have enabled me to be the person that I am today, sharing my teachings the way I do so and being able to relate on a deeper level with so many of you. And it's okay. And the part of myself that is telling me you are late and this is not what you had imagined, this is not what your plans were, well, it's fine. I give it love and I'm totally at peace with that. So try to do the same with you, with anything that you thought you would have done by now that you haven't. Give yourself some love and some credit for all the amazing other things that you've accomplished in your life. Yes. So, C-Second, you're saying, sorry if I pronounce your name. Hello, since the new moon is on Taurus, any suggestions for people whose star sign is Taurus? So basically, it's going to be a super nice new moon for you. You're going to feel in your full power. It's going to be super earth. So what I received from the guides for you specifically is to focus on earthly goals. So maybe material goals more. I don't know if that resonates with you, but it's going to be like you can really... Financial, they're telling me as well. If you have financial goals, go for it. This is the perfect time for you. You're perfectly in alignment because Taurus also taps in the financial aspect. So it can also be about planning your finances, you know, the amount of money that you want to bring into your life and how you're going to do that. I mean, the how is not your problem. It's just setting your goals. And then, of course, milestones will be decided. But think about this aspect more so. Very materialistic aspect for you because you're a very down-to-earth sign. Then, again, I don't know what your rising sign is. And I don't know where your moon is placed in your chart. So it can be a little tricky without all the information. But I feel this is really for you. If you can focus on that and on setting the intentions around money, financial gain, material possessions, this could be really interesting. And I also hear a little bit of give yourself a bit more love, more self-love as well. I hope that this resonates. Simone, you're saying rebirth, that's exactly what I'm going through. How do you know where to go now? Intuition is a bit clouded by all of the emotions. So my first advice with you is, they're telling me, do you do journaling? Do you journal? Do you write about your feelings? Do you write about all the things that come through? The reason why I'm saying that is because by putting pen to paper, you just empty your mind. You really empty your mind, you empty everything that is clouding your judgment. But also it's very important to take the time to really go through these emotions and not stuff them down or trying to avoid them. It's just about, okay, this is what I'm going through. And remind yourself, remember that you can go through things but also work at the same time. Nothing is incompatible, right? So you can be going through this deep rebirth and actually going through your emotional process, and at the same time you can just take some time, tap into your intuition by, for example, using meditation, focusing on your breath. I don't know if you do some guided meditations, but that's what you can do. Do some guided meditations and visualizations. I think that you can find so many of them on YouTube or even on Inside Timer. Hi Phil, hi Pen, welcome to this live. So hi Wendy. So you can definitely find those free meditations around and look for visualizations of, you know, unveiling your deepest desires or helping you connect with your intuition or things like that, or receiving messages from your guides. By the way, I'm working on guided meditations for you. Guys, this is for all of you. I'm working on a mini album of guided meditations, and one of them will be to meet your spirit guides. So stay tuned. So anyway, back to you, Simone. Really try to do those meditations because this will enhance your intuition in this difficult time, and it will also help you to reconnect with your present moment. But I would not go with just repeating mantras. I would really do things like being taken by someone into a creative visualization process, into like a meditative state, or hypnosis exercises as well. This will help you so much. But do process your emotions. Try to understand them, live them, feel them. But also, in order for us to go out from these phases, it's good to Mel Robbins, I don't know if you know her, if you're familiar with her, but Mel Robbins is saying that go through the sadness, go through the grief, go through the process, give yourself a deadline, okay? pick a date and say, by this date, I'm going to switch and I'm going to move into the new phase of my life. I'm just going to go through these emotions, and by that date, I will be done with this work and I will switch and I will start again. With a lot of energy, with a different perspective, with all integrated emotions. So do that. I think this might really, really help you to, you know, go through your emotions, but also being able to come out of this cycle. Because what happens sometimes is we get so caught up in our emotions, we go so deep into them, when actually, when you're going through a rebirth, it's not about experiencing like so many deep stuff that you've never experienced before. It's a lot of clearing. And what I get for you, it's actually a lot of clearing from the past, and it's not new emotions. They come back up to the surface because it's like new memories that were stuck in your cells, in your body, and it's just coming up to the surface for you to deal with them, for you to clear them, so you can move forward on the next path, you know, on the next step of your journey. So is this clear? Just let me know if this is clear for you, Simone, or if you have any question. Let me read your comments. So unfortunately, I cannot go through all the specific signs. On my way to the Tate, I'm just reading your message. Libra, it's gonna be, Libra is a very sensitive sign. So it might be a bit harsh. It might be a bit harsh because Taurus is very down to earth and practical, and Libra is a very emotional. It's not as emotional as Cancer, but definitely emotional. However, you do have Virgo, and Virgo is also an earth sign, so that is balancing you and balancing your structure. Feel into your intuition. This is my advice. Pia, you're asking, I really want to let go of specific health issues. I know that it's just me that's manifesting those, but it's really hard to let go when I'm still having symptoms. Do you have any tips on that? Okay, so my question to you is, first, how do you know that you are manifesting these? There is a lot of things, and I'm gonna, this is for everyone on the live today. Of course, everything is our responsibility. Of course, we are the creators, the masters of our lives. Sometimes things happen and it is not our fault. It's just life. And it's not about asking us the question of, what did I do wrong? What did I do to deserve this? Why am I going through this? Why does it have to be so hard? It's always a matter of balance, the good and the bad, the joy and, you know, the lack of joy, the pain, the suffering, and feeling amazing and energized and great. It's just a balance, and this is life, and we wouldn't be able to experience light if we didn't have the dark moments or darkness. And I really feel with you, it's about letting go of the control and just embracing. So when we do have physical symptoms, so the word disease, it's like not experiencing ease. And in French, the word is maladie. Mal is the bad, like the pain, in a way. Adi has told. So the pain, the symptom, is giving you a message. And it's about what messages the pain is giving me. What are the imbalances present in my life? Go through the pain, accept the pain. Try to understand the symptoms instead of trying to control the outcome of, I don't want to be sick, I don't want to feel like that. And this is really for everyone on this live. The less you try to control, the more you try to control when you're sick, the longer you will be sick. Why? Because you're not listening to your body. Your body, as I said in the beginning, is giving you messages, and it's how you're going to decode those messages and know, okay, this is what I need right now. Maybe the body needs some rest. Maybe the body has been going through a hell of a lot, you know, the past few months, and maybe the body just needs a solid rest. And sometimes we forget that our vehicle, like this body, this sacred vehicle, actually deserves a lot of care, because we are pushing in this modern society so much to accomplish, to do, to always be in this masculine energy, instead of just sitting back, receiving information, and only acting from an aligned place into an aligned, committed action. So instead of going in all directions, acting, doing, it's about, okay, I'm going to step back, I'm going to listen to the messages, I'm going to understand the messages, and then I will be acting upon in a very, very aligned, committed way. So don't blame yourself, and don't try to go faster than what your body is requiring you to do. Sorry. That's what has been shown to me, and I really hope it helps. I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will resonate with you. Mel, I absolutely love Mel Robbins. I love her so much. She's got another theory that is called the 5-4-3-2-1, and if you don't know that, go and have a look at her Instagram page. Hello, everyone. Okay, I'm reading through the comments. Welcome to this live. Hi, Nat. Hi, Paula. Hi, Evan. Yes. Tell me if it resonated with you in the comments below. I would really, really love to know about that. If you do have any question, if you do have anything on your mind, I'm nearly done. I will take one person for a little reading. So the first one to give me a big heart in the comments box, a big heart, I will pick a card for you, because we're already nearly done with the live. It went by so fast. I'm waiting for you guys. There's always a delay between when I speak and the comments. Okay, Evan, you're the winner. I've never seen you on the live before, I think. So you're very welcome. Ladies, I'm sorry. Too late. So, and for those of you who don't know, I mean, I've been talking a lot about the moon during this live, but I'm also organizing full moon virtual circles. So the next one will be in a couple of weeks' time, and it will be online via Zoom, and it's the perfect opportunity for women to really connect with all other women from around the world, to celebrate the full moon, to go through my full moon workbook ritual together. This is something that we do, and that we really, like we did last time. I had 2 sessions. It was the very first edition. I used to do them physically here in Bali, and the virtual circle was amazing. I know that some of you here attended the circles, and I know that it truly resonated with you. So if you do crave for this online community of women, if you do feel like you want help to go through full moon rituals, going through a workbook that is already made, and just like having the presence of other women to share, to spend a really good time, 90 minutes of your time, just drop me a private message and we can talk about that. I can keep you posted about when the next one will be, the time zones, and how to subscribe, etc. So let me get back Evan. The card that popped out, literally jumped out from the deck, which is a sign that it's really on point for you, is the Mirrors card. Maybe there's someone in your life that is irritating you. Maybe there is someone in your life that is really... Hi Jessie Jane, hi Leela, welcome to the end of this live, only 10 minutes to go. So Evan, maybe there is someone that is really frustrating you and you want to punch them in the face. That's the image that I have. And you know, I'm very fiery as well, so even if I don't look like it because I'm so nice during those lives, I can be very fiery. And this is telling you that what triggers you in this person, and I'm going to trigger you right now, is basically something that you refuse to see in yourself. And it's how you can change your perspective and go from the blame to the acceptance and seeing that the other person has a different life experience than you, a different past, a different path, and a different vision, a different set of values, a different perspective about everything. And you know, I've been working quite a lot recently as part of the coaching program that I am a part of. We've talked a lot about the 4 agreements. And the 4 agreements, one of the agreements is take nothing personally. Another one is do not make assumptions, you know, and always do your best is number 3. And the number 4 is may your word be impeccable. These are the 4 agreements from the Toltec wisdom. And I think this can be an amazing guide for all of us, not only for you, about how can I be more compassionate. And it's funny because the compassion card popped up for this new moon as well, but I think it's really on point with the mirror for you. And it's how I can change my perspective about this situation and about this person to see that actually it's not only a mirroring effect of something that I do not acknowledge within myself, but it's also an opportunity to change the relationship I have with this person, to create a constructive communication process in order for my energy not to leak out from me into unnecessary misunderstandings, unnecessary conflicts. And it's how you, in the end, get your energy back and focus that energy on creating shit that you love instead of focusing on, you know, putting it out there to... Because at the end of the day, we don't care. We think we are right and we think that the other person is wrong. And I'm the first one to think like that from an ego perspective. And then I reflect and I'm like, oh, maybe not. Or even when it's hard and I'm like, but this person did so much. It's how we can change things around and, okay, how can I own the shit that I did in that situation? What is my part of responsibility and how can I really shift the relationship with that person by owning my shit, taking care of my energy, sending love, accepting that we are all so different and that we have a different dictionary for life, all of us. It's not because we all speak English that we all have the same lenses. We all have different lenses that color our perspective about anything and everything in life. So I hope this helped you. I know it can be triggering, and I think it spoke to many of you on that live because this is a common thing, you know. It's funny, the guys are showing me that when Jesus said, and it doesn't matter if you believe in Jesus in the Bible or anything or not, it's just like this sentence. When Jesus said, turn the other cheek, it was not for the person to receive, you know, another... to be hit on the other side of the face. It is about how can I show the different part of myself, the part that is actually the higher self, the higher version of me, so that the situation actually changes. Funny image. I don't know why they gave me that image, but this is what I had to share with you. You said, Evan, it helps me so much and it was spot on. I'm very happy I could help. Thank you for asking a question. Let me check. I saw that I had a comment before. Okay, Nat, it resonates a lot, but how do you put that in practice every day? How do you stay aligned in the daily rush? Well, morning rituals, evening rituals. It's about when you leave your bed in the morning, you are aligned. When you come back to your bed in the evening, you are aligned. More on that, I will do, yeah, we have a few minutes left, but I will do something around that very soon about how to have a morning routine/rituals that really serves your higher purpose, and how to have an evening routine that really sets you for when you go to bed. The thing that I remind myself is that people are always doing the best they can with what they have, even though they frustrate the heck out of me sometimes, and even though I frustrate the heck out of people sometimes. It goes both ways. And remind yourself that resistance in anything will block the flow. So if you catch yourself doing something that is not really, for your best interest, just pay attention. When you raise awareness to that part of you that is not acting in your best interest, it's like just bringing a child back to you when the child is about to, go and walk on the road alone. You just bring the child back with love to you. And this is how you need to treat those parts of yourself, your inner child. You really need to give yourself compassion and to be patient. And it's like a muscle. Then the more you pay attention to those parts, the quicker you catch yourself, the less you do it, because it becomes a habit. And everything is about habit. So cultivate relationships that make you feel really good. Cultivate activities that make you feel really good. Do not engage in conversations that really lower your vibe, or really pay attention to what are your values. What are the values that really give that frame to your life experience? What are the things that determine you as a human? And the more you know yourself, the more you know what is good for you and what is not good for you. And by cultivating what is good, and also paying attention to all the good things you already have in your life, and going with the flow, and all these habits of being grateful and setting healthy boundaries, this will really build your self-trust, your self-worth, and your sense of self-love. So habits, just cultivating habits, and then setting yourself for the day, setting yourself for the night. So I hope this was helpful, Nat. Yes. Thank you so much to everyone. I only have 2 minutes left. So as usual, it was a real pleasure to serve you today. Thank you so much. Please send me direct messages. I love to hear from you via direct messages on Instagram. I really like to receive messages. I do reply to all of them, I must say. And if you have sent me messages before, you know that I do reply. So yes, I would love to hear from you. If you want to work with me in a more personalized way, I do have one-on-one 3 months coaching program, and this program is amazing. I can tell you the transformations in my clients have been pretty intense, amazing. It's like quantum leaps. So send me a message. You want to learn more? We can have a chat. We can have a chat about what your needs are, and we can see how we can make this work. Because the real work, the real transformation, the deep, long-lasting transformation is not with one-off sessions here and there or quick fixes. It's really about having someone behind your back for a certain period of time that really shows you your potential, shows you the things that are limiting you, and really hold that loving and safe space for you to grow and to make those deep and long-lasting changes. So I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for joining me, for giving me love, presence. Share the word as well with friends to watch the replay if they haven't, if you think that someone might be interested. And I will see you in a couple of weeks. Lots of love your way. Lots of beautiful energy, and happy new moon in Taurus. Bye.